because I expect you to come up with terms for the monarchy, the aristocracy, the clergy, the peasants and the serfs, right? The haves and the have nots. The monarchy, the aristocracy, and the clergy are the haves, and the peasants and the serfs are the have nots. And in every society, there's always been those with power and those who are powerlessness. With powerlessness, that's called the haves and the have nots. It's pretty simple. It's an oversimplification, but it works, and it works throughout history, actually. So you're going to need to actually talk about who was the monarchy. And the monarchy is not in the reading. Huh, not at this point in the reading. You might have to skip it until you figure out what the monarchy is about. Anyways, this starts with the aristocracy, the nobles and knights who lived in castles, manor houses, and when in town, large mansions. This is a really good piece of text. So I'm going to ask maybe that when you describe the aristocracy, that you take this as a guide, but you need to keep your definitions fairly short. So instead of just doing a copy and paste, you need to do a reword. So you might want to use something like the aristocracy was made up of nobles, knights, aristocracy, the nobles and knights who lived in castles, manor houses, and mansions. Period. You need to reclaim the text. You don't want to just cut and paste. I will not accept that. I need you to do something with it. Um, where are you going to do something with it? Well, let me go ahead and show you that. I've created a template, and you may have copy of this template. When it comes down, you can view it. In order to actually use it, if you need to use it to start, go ahead and make a copy. On the copy that you make, you will have all of this information. I am looking this week for you to actually fill in these boxes with relevant and clear, concise language. So it's not a lot of writing. It's a matter of you doing the reading and finding what you need. The clergy was an important part of European society would not tell me that much about the clergy. Copying and pasting this line would not necessarily work. But there's other things inside this text that might work. In other words, the clergy were mostly the priests of the church, and they were most educated group in society. And so you're going to have to create something that is relevant based upon what you read. The peasants, I'm going to let you read about that. And there is a difference between peasants and serfs. Peasants were lower class, working class people. Many of them were artisans, where they actually had skills that they could sell or serve, be of service to the aristocracy. Whereas the serfs were not free. They were more like slaves who worked the land. However, not all the serfs worked the land. Just like in American slavery, not all the slaves picked cotton. Many of them were household slaves. Others worked in factories. There were a lot of uses for slavery, but basically slavery and being a serf are about being forced labor. I will let you read and figure out how to do that one as well. So when you are done, you are going to have to take this project that you create, and you're going to have to upload it. So to upload it, you need to make sure that everything is complete here. I want you to make changes in color and scheme. You might want to change where the titles are. You can do the best job that you possibly can, but I want your name, the class and the period, and the date as well. And then what you need to do is publish to the web. What do you need to do? Publish to the web. And if you publish something to the web, you will publish it and be able to click on this link and hit Control C. It'll tell you Control C. Once you have that link, you have the ability to turn this in. Once it's published to the web, how many times do I have to say this? A lot of times. Please publish to the web. You need to publish to the web your Google Drawings and your website.